My friend, if you're doing your absolute best in your life right now, but things are just not happening the way that you want them to, I want you to know, more likely than anything, you're on the verge of something. You're right on the cusp of something, just major breakthrough happening in your life, of something just beautiful or vital just coming in and change and experiencing life in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, about the world around you. It makes you feel more alive, more present, more in the moment, more you, more true self. So you can express yourself in a creative way, so that you can express yourself with other people, so you can enjoy the things that you do with others, with you, just in your home, with the people that you care about, just feeling happy. That's what it's all about. And I really believe that loving yourself first, that is a key. That is a must. And we all know that, but sometimes it's easier said than done, right? So today, I want to talk to you about affirmations. And I know that you know about affirmations. I want to share with you not only why I believe it's a unique tool that is really powerful, that changed my life, certainly. I know it's changed the lives of my clients that I work with today, one-on-one. So I want to tell you about how it works, and also want to share a bit of a twist. This is something that I do differently that I feel might really serve you. So it really, for me, puts it in a different light that I really hope is going to serve you. It's going to support you. It's going to give you that extra belief that gives you that trust in you. That's what affirmations are. When we talk about self-love, we talk about acceptance of your true, authentic self. We talk about getting more clarity about what's right for you and your way of life. We talk about having the trust in you, the person that you are today, but also the person that you know you're going to become. Because see, sometimes we don't have that extra belief and confidence where we are today, because you might be dealing with struggle, difficult circumstance, tough times, dealing with trauma. I'm here for you. As you know, my name is Joe Bakhmutsky, and I believe from the bottom of my heart that we are all capable of so much more than we think. Both when it comes to giving our best, when it comes to growth and experiencing life in all of its beauty, but also in our incredible capacity to heal, especially to heal from major trauma. Something I know I have experienced, my childhood trauma. I believe we are all capable of healing, of giving and growing, and we can do this together. That's why I started this podcast. I started Power to Be Happy. That's why I wrote this book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in a challenging world of today. That's why I speak. That's why I coach people one-on-one to get them just breakthrough clarity in all key parts of their life. That's why I'm here with you, my friend. That's why today we talk about affirmations for self-love, such a critical part of our lives. We are all capable of getting that healing. That's why affirmations are a beautiful tool, because they really help you to reconnect with your true self and find that extra love and care and nurturing for the part of you that maybe, does not feel included. Maybe the part that is locked away. Maybe the part that does not feel assured, that needs that extra bit of confidence and love and care to come out and just make you feel fulfilled, make you feel whole. It is so vital, my friend, to help us heal and move forward. I know that I could give you words for affirmations, I could give you specific things, but stick here with me and I'll guide you through kind of my process of doing it. But first, I want to tell you a story from how it changed my life. And with that, I will lead into why I do things a little differently, with a little bit of a twist that I think can really serve you and support you, especially if you've been through difficult times in my life, because this wasn't my childhood trauma, but this was also related to it in some way, and it was a difficult time in my life. So, a while ago in my life, I was in a relationship. I was in a long-term relationship. I was with this person for several years, and things started to kind of go a little weird. We were together, but all of a sudden there would be things where she would disappear, and it didn't really connect. It didn't really make sense. I didn't know what she was doing. There wasn't a great sense of explanation, and I felt that something was wrong, but I was kind of afraid to bring it up. And frankly speaking, it's because I was afraid of ending up alone. I was so petrified of being alone. I was afraid that I would never be able to have sex, that because that did happen to me, and I was afraid it was never going to happen. I was afraid that no one's going to love me for me after going through sexual abuse as a child. I was just petrified. I was afraid, I was afraid to kind of to change, to make any kind of changes. And so at one point, I remember she called me up and said, listen, I thought about this. I really need some time on my own to sort out my life. And a few days later, I found out that she left me for somebody else. And I don't know whether you've been through that experience before in your life. You're so invested in this relationship. You put so much of yourself into it that when the relationship breaks up, it's kind of, you feel like you broke up as well. That's how I felt. I felt like I was just like shattered into a million different pieces. And I felt so angry. I felt so incredibly just angry at her, of course, but also at me, at going, how could I tolerate all of this? I was in a bad place. I'm telling you, I was drinking heavily. I couldn't sleep. I was depressed. I lost 10 kilos in the space of like 1 week, for not for good reason, because I was just on the edge, right? I wish I could lose 10 kilos today for the right reasons, So I was in an awful place. I was constantly feeling scared and angry. It's not too great your feelings that you come in between. My anxiety just went through the roof. I would be triggered by like lights or loud conversation, and I was just going to this state of panic internal. I always felt that I would collapse. I felt that I would fall down. I would lose consciousness. I was sometimes I couldn't breathe. I would be in the place like the panic attack would get real. I couldn't breathe. So it wasn't a great place to be. And I remember I was driving home from work one night. I was working really late as well, because I was just trying to distract myself, just trying to distract myself from the troubles of that I was experiencing. That didn't work for long. So I remember I was driving. It was late at night because I stayed back really late, and it was dark outside. And I remember just driving on this freeway. This was like not freeway, it was just a huge road. It was like 4 lanes on each side. And I'm driving this, and it's completely dark, and there's no one around me. There's no other cars. And I remember I stop at the red light. Red light. And all of a sudden, I get this calm feeling. And I say to myself, this is never happening to me again. You deserve love, to give love and be loved in return. And that was an incredible thing for me to say to myself. It was also a commitment to me, not to anybody else, to me. And so I remember I looked up. I don't know how I was sitting there, but I saw that the light was green. I remember I had the steering wheel, pressed my foot to the gas, and just went straight. And I didn't know. I had no idea how I would make that happen, how I would find someone, how I would be with anyone, how I would fall in love. And at that point, I was at my lowest. I remember I was sharing a place with a friend. I remember one night, we didn't have anyone around. He was out. I kind of didn't have anything to keep myself busy. And I noticed how uncomfortable I was just being on my own. I felt like that's not right. Like, I need to be able to just be on my own. And so after that, I moved out. I started living on my own. And that wasn't easy because I wasn't used to it. I was just used to always kind of trying to distract me and trying to do things. And I didn't know what to happen or what to do. So it really didn't sit well with me at all. I started doing things on my own regularly, right? I started like going for a walk on my own. And it kind of felt weird at first. But over time, I started to enjoy it a little bit. Over time, I started to like it, just being out and going to the park and having like these trees around me. I started to make it a habit, something that I couldn't be without. I loved it. I started, making a meal for myself, making something that I enjoyed cooking and just having it on my own, feeling good. I started like dancing. I would like turn on music and I was just dancing. Like I would just be going crazy. I knew that nobody was looking, so I just could go nuts. I could just go crazy, and I loved it. I also noticed that at the time I couldn't look myself in the mirror. That's how bad it was, and I think it was also something that was from my childhood trauma, but I couldn't look myself in the mirror. It's not a metaphor of any kind. I really, I felt like super uncomfortable doing it. And I thought, what, if I cannot look myself in the mirror, if I cannot love me, for who I am, my body, how I look, how I am, who's gonna love me? Well, certainly, probably not someone that I'd love to be with for, a long period of time. So every day, I started looking in the mirror. And one time, even my mom asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said, I want I want a huge mirror instead of like looking at the bathroom mirror. So I got this massive mirror and I hung it on the wall of my bedroom. And I would stand there every day naked. Yes, I know that sounds weird. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm not asking you to stand naked, but I'm just telling you my story, right? So I was standing naked in front of the mirror and I would look myself in the eye. I would look at my body and I would say, you're beautiful. You're sexy. You deserve to give love. Be loved in return. You deserve love. And I didn't really believe it at the time. My friend was speaking, I should have got help, I should have got therapy, but this was all I knew, right? So I kept doing it. So I would stand in front of the mirror every day. And over time, even though I didn't believe the words, I started to get used to it a little bit more and a little bit better. I started just talking to myself in a way that was encouraging, in a way that was positive. And that was a new experience for me because I was so used to just being in my head about like just expecting things to go wrong instead of expecting things to be right. How many times do you go through life, especially after major trauma, especially after struggle, and you expect things to go wrong? And you tell yourself just nasty things, like just hurtful things about how you're not deserving of this, how this is not going to happen, this person doesn't like me, how am I'm never going to get this. We say things to ourselves that you'd never say to anybody else, anyone that you'd care about. You'd never say that. So vital to find ways to say what you really want. Because for me, being more encouraging, saying to myself what felt right in the moment. I always started with what my intention was. My intention was to feel that I'm deserving of love. So I would say to myself things like, you're beautiful, you're sexy. You're gonna go out tonight. If I would be going tonight, you're gonna have fun. Just have fun. Just have fun. Just be you. Just be alive. Be present. Have fun. You deserve it. You know, or if I would be going out to just with friends, I'd say, if I felt like it, you know, just enjoy your time together. Because who knows how long you're gonna be around. You haven't seen this person in a while. It's going to be great. Have fun. Just enjoy it. I would say to myself things that were around what was my intention. And it helped me to feel good. And it would put me in the right frame of mind. And it taught me to say good things to myself. Positive, encouraging, helpful, supportive things. And that's what I want for you. To speak to yourself in a way that is kind. With affirmations, you often find that people give you the words or phrases to say, I want to go to next level with you. It's what I do with my clients when I coach them to get breakthrough clarity. And one of the things that I always say is make it yours. Go with your intention. What is your intention in a moment? What is your intention on that day? What is your intention right now? Because it's usually tied to what you're looking for, what you want to experience. Whether you go out, whether you wake up in the morning. But I always have that intention. I always say this, early in the morning as part of my morning routine. So how do I want to feel today? Where is my intention? And it's different sometimes. That's why I want you to learn how to be more in tune with who you are. I'm always learning about how can I really, what is that I want to be? How do I want to feel? That's what you want to be asking yourself. How do I want to feel? How do I want to show up today? How do I want to give and be at my best? What's important to me today? What's important to me right now? And have that intention. And sometimes my intention is to feel alive. And sometimes that intention is to be calm, grounded, in control. And sometimes that intention is to be joyous, just to have fun and just love life. But it's different. It's different. And I get to choose that each day. You, my friend, get to choose that for you. Do it in front of a mirror, if you can. Please give that a go. Do it in front of a mirror. Make eye contact with you. The way you would make eye contact, not some weird eye contact, but the way you'd look at a friend. The way you look at your lover. The way you look at someone you met that you want to interact with. You want to feel good about them. And just ask yourself, what is my intention? How do I want to feel? What is my intention? And say, I want to feel alive. I want to feel good. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be whatever comes to mind. Let your creativity guide you. Let your moment guide you. Let your true self guide you. Because when you ask yourself, how is it that I want to feel? How do I want to come across? How do I want to give today? Give my best, your best, not somebody else's best, but your true you. You gotta put trust in yourself, my friend. I know it's not easy. It certainly wasn't easy for me, but teaching myself to do this has allowed me to find a new level of self-expression, allowed me to accept who I am, and allowed me to steer myself so much more towards whatever the intention and leading a purposeful life. Because when you cast your intention out there, you start moving towards that. I don't know what you're seeking in your life right now, whether it's today, whether it's over the long term. And sometimes you don't know that. And sometimes it's about reconnecting with that and asking yourself questions. By looking yourself in the mirror, you're reconnecting with your true self. Because nobody knows you the way that you know yourself. Isn't it true? Nobody knows you the way that you know yourself. So please, trust in you. Look yourself in the mirror. Find that intention. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that I want to feel today? How do I want to come across? How do I want to show up? How do I want to experience life today? I think it can be a positive force in your life moving forward. I'm here for you, my friend. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky, and I always talk about us, you, me, all of us, being capable of so much more than we think, and being able to give our best, to grow, and to heal. Please don't forget, my friend, that you have an incredible power to be happy, to seek greater clarity in everything that you do, to show up at your best every single day so you know you're enough, and to hold on to hope that no matter what happens, things can and do change for the better. And if you're in a difficult spot right now, and if you want to bring back that sense of hope and possibility, I'm here to help you. Check out this book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in the challenging world of today. This book is available on any good reseller, including Amazon, but you can also grab it on my website. I'll give you some awesome bonuses to go with it. So check out powertobehappy.com. Go to the link for the book, powertobehappy.com. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky. Thank you so much for being here. I'll speak soon.